It was 2008, and it was a Saturday. It's almost 6 years ago this week. And I was at church. I was on the worship team at that time. I was helping lead worship, and their tornado sirens went off. We went downstairs in the basement and never saw anything, never heard anything. Went back upstairs and had church like normal. And then afterwards, I couldn't get a hold of my family. We couldn't figure out where they were, and they were supposed to be at a wedding, so I just assumed they were too busy. The night went on. We finally drove out to Seneca trying to find my family, and later that evening, probably closer to midnight, finally got the news that I had lost my mom, my dad, my brother, and my grandmother all in one night. And it was shocking, and there was this profound moment where it was just very real to me that I was an orphan. But I had 4 of our best friends came down from Webb City, drove all the way to Seneca, and just spent the night with me and cried with me and loved on me. And it was exactly what I needed at that night. There was one night, I think it maybe was the night after, 2 of our best friends who ended up being our matron of honor and our best man in our wedding had us over to their house, and the youth group came and just prayed over us, and we had a meal together and just loved on us and just surrounded us with love and compassion and empathy. And it was incredible to see young people younger than us, just step out in faith and know that that was their job. That was what they were here for in that moment, was to be there for us. Even though we had been working with the youth group and had been their leaders, they stepped up to the plate and did exactly what God called the church to do. People just stayed. They just hung around. They were always there for us. People made us meals. They just took me out to do stuff. They were there to listen and to deal with everything that we were dealing with at that time. And there was other people that stepped in for Jason, which I appreciated because I was a mess, and he dealt with just as much as I did. And it was, like I said, shocking to see people just step up and be there for us and be exactly what we needed them to be. Even 6 years into it, we still have people in our life from our church family and in my now new extended family that are keeping us on track and helping us to move forward and progress and not be stagnant in our anger and sadness and brokenness. For so long it felt like we were the victims and needing to be taken care of and being taken under the community's wing, and now we see what people did for us, and we want to give back and do other things where we can help further that future. And that's the whole point of the church, is to take care of one another and to support each other and love each other and show compassion and to be better. We're supposed to edify each other, and we can't do that if we don't reach out in those times of struggle for others. When I was 19, I was very immature. I think at the time I couldn't think beyond where I was personally. It's been really interesting to see the growth that I've been able to have. I can see it. I can look back and say that I'm better for it. It was a hard, horrible situation that I wouldn't wish on anyone, but I've grown from it, and I've grown closer to God, and leaning into Him, He's blessed us. He's given us joy. Our family is growing, and it's been an amazing journey.